Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel, and today I want to talk about how weak Chaos is. Chaos is weak, and it's not even funny anymore. I've just been looking up some of lore, and honestly, I've got to thank Northern Exile for inspiring this video on who should, because he's got a lovely video out about who is the next, who should be the War Master of Chaos, and this did get me thinking. It's a fantastic video. Go give it a watch. It's got a very good twist ending, which he doesn't mention, but it fits the storyline that he is talking about. It's the Night Lords trilogy, and what he does actually fits the Night Lords trilogy so well. It's fantastic. Anyway, that's enough bootlicking, I think. And yeah, Northern Exile, thank you for inspiring this video. And yes, Chaos are weak. They are so weak. It's not funny anymore. And as a Chaos player, like I play Chaos, I play Imperium, and I say Chaos and Imperium is because I will do massive multi-faction, sub-faction armies. Like my Imperium has Knights, Sisters of Battle, Imperial Guard, and two companies of two different chapters, Blood Angels and Dark Angels, with some Deathwatch and Grey Knights. So it's an Imperial army, it's a proper Imperium army. My Chaos army has mostly Iron Warriors, it also has some Demons, some Black Legion, Thousand Sons Death Guard, as well as some World Eaters, or again separate factions, separate armies, but built to be one solid army. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, Chaos are so weak at the moment. It's just getting to a point of not being funny. Like, you read a Chaos book, and there's a very few where Chaos win and actually win, such as Storm of Iron. They had a goal. In Storm of Iron, the Iron Warriors had a goal, and that was to eat and destroy the Imperial Fist Gene Seed on Hydra Caudatus. So that's what they achieved, and they won. They ended up leaving because the goal was achieved. Why would they stay? There was no other reason to stay. They achieved what they wanted to do. The Imperial Fists were pretty much wiped out, and there were like a couple of survivors. And that's fantastic. That's how it should be. Imperial should take the L once in a while. But they so rarely do. Well, we could talk about the 12 Black Crusades, but the thing about that is, which a lot of people don't realise, is that the Black Crusades are not all done by Abaddon. And the funny thing about that is, the successful ones were not done by Abaddon. A good example was Fabius Bile wanted to purge a sector of life because he wanted them for his experiments, and he achieved his goal and he won. Fabius Bile actually ran a successful Black Crusade. That is one more than Abaddon, which is absolutely ridiculous. It really is. Khan the Betrayer ran a Black Crusade to slaughter for God of Khorne. Yeah, it's a very simple goal, but we are talking about Khan here. And of course, that means he did it. And he achieved his goal, and he went back after achieving his, what was it? I think it was, he had to destroy 666 planets, and he did it. And he achieved his goal. He achieved his ritual for Khorne. Two successful Black Crusades, neither of them are by Abaddon. That is just so stupid. I mean, like, seriously, think about it. Like, Abaddon's the War Master. He's the one in charge. And he has yet to lead a successful Black Crusade. Yes, we are going to talk about Cadia now. Now, I'll say this again. I'll say it 100 times. Cadia was a stupid mistake. This was a big L for Abaddon. Yes, it caused the Great Rift. Fine. But what has that achieved? Both sides of Imperium are doing pretty well. Imperium Nihilus, I should say. I was going to say Secundus. Guess who reads Horus Heresy a lot. Basically are showing that they can travel through the warp without the Astronomicon. It's not really affected them that much. And the good side, again, it hasn't affected them that much. The only thing it really affects is travelling the Great Rift. That's it. Getting between the two. That's why they're cut off. But that's the biggest issue it causes is transport between the two. That's it. Two sides. Cadia shouldn't have been destroyed. And if Abaddon had an ounce of brains in his head, he wouldn't have destroyed it. He would have captured it. He would have thrown everything he could at Cadia to capture it. Oh, we shouldn't forget as well that basically the destruction of Cadia woke up a Primarch. That was a good job. Literally awaken a leader that is stronger than yourself. Good job, Abaddon. Fantastic. You are great. You do such a good job at being so stupid. Yeah, he should have captured Cadia. And this is a hill I will die on. See, if he caught Cadia, he had massive advantage. Capturing Cadia would be a bigger advantage to him than destroying Cadia. He would have achieved the same goal by wiping out the Cadians. So there would be no Cadian Guard. So that's a massive Imperial Guard regiment gone. One of the biggest. I think it is the biggest actually. Gone. It would have also meant that warp travel for his armies would have been easier to get into the Materium. Again, massive advantage. It would also stymie and slow down Imperium transports and traffic, because one thing people it's not really mentioned, and it's something that's often forgotten, is the Eye of Terror isn't just there to for chaos to come in and out. It's also a trade route, a big trade route for the Imperium, because it's a nice safe passage into the warp without having to breach reality. And that's why the Eye of Terror was there. That's why Cadia had the pylons. Well, they had the pylons for other reasons, but that's the reason the Imperium used the pylons to allow safe transport and safe traffic into the warp. And of course, being a massive checkpoint of more than anything else, Cadia should have been captured. And that's basically it. Because it would have done it. And also it would have had a beachhead for Abaddon and the Black Legion to be able to enter and exit the warp any time, stymie the Imperial transports, Imperial trade completely, because now they have to use more dangerous forms of warp travel. And that would have been a big win. But no, he destroyed it. Not only did he destroy it, he destroyed a Black Fortress with it. So, Black Fortresses, again, these are absolutely fantastic. I'm not going back to Cadia a lot now. Black Fortresses are fantastic. They do one of two things. Either completely overpower chaos or negate it completely. It does one of those two things. And it also affects psychic powers as well. And there's only meant to be 6. Now there's 5. And that's it. So he had this massive weapon station, and he decided that he's going to slam that into a planet, ruining it for himself. He's just basically hurting himself at this point. And that's the Abaddon side. And let's talk about chaos as a whole now. First things first, unlike the Imperium, though it is very fractious, do work together. Even sides that absolutely hate each other will work together quite easily. Very easily. Space Wolves and Grey Knights will still ally, even though they absolutely despise each other. Different Space Marine chapters who despise each other, like I believe the White Scars and the Raven Guard, will still fight together. They'll still work together with, things like the Death Watch. They are still a very strong allied force. And they still work together if they have to. And it's not just have to either. It's more of a, I don't really want to, but we will. And when they stop, they just depart. We did this thing together, right? I still don't owe you anything. We're gone. And that's the way it should be. But within Chaos, they can't even keep their legions in check half the time. Only the Iron Warriors and the Death Guard have any resemblance of, and the Black Legion, of course, of camaraderie. That's the one. And that's it. Out of 9 legions, 3 are the only ones that actually have... Oh, sorry, Word Bearers as well. 4 have any real form of camaraderie. Brody is fight each other all the time. Volgrim fights, just doesn't care. Magnus is annoyed because most of his army's dead and they get sold out to other legions. So he doesn't really have a legion. He has a marketplace. And who's the other one? Mortarion, no. Yeah, that's it. So and even within such as the Word Bearers and the Alpha Legion and the Night Lords, and even the Black Legion, they are completely fractious. The Alpha Legion are just lately getting reassembled. The Night Lords are getting reassembled. And the Black Legion fight amongst themselves all the time. They do. They will batter the hell out of each other. And this is the worst bit about it. Abaddon encourages that behaviour. Whether it's friendly dueling and, scraps between chapters, it's not kill the other company fights. It's you can practice on each other, don't kill anyone if you can help it. With Abaddon, it's you kill each other. Yeah, I don't care, we can't get our gene seed. I don't care that we can't really reinforce our numbers. I'm talking about Abaddon again, aren't I? I don't really care about all of that. Yeah, you just wipe out this other company and I'll let you be in my army. You know, you can be on my next crusade. With the Imperium, it's like, yeah, right, we know you two have beef. Just get it out your system. Don't go out murdering each other. Once you've got it sorted and you're willing to make some sort of parlay, come back. We'll have you in our crusade. We'll have you both of your chapters. And it's just stupid. And of course, the Emperor's Children lost their best apothecary and one of the best characters within the 41st Millennium of Fabius Bile, who just sells out his work now. So he doesn't even help the Imperial Emperor's Children. He helps everyone out for a cost. And this is what Chaos have become. They are mercenaries. They're pirates. They're in it for the gold, which I like. I like that idea, you know, for some parts. But if you've got an army which is meant to be the big bad, and they have very little cohesion between them, and they are always fighting amongst themselves, and whole armies or companies will just leave because they're annoyed. Yeah, that's an issue. And Abaddon doesn't have any form of personality to stop it. He just has to let it continue because half the time they don't care. When you get Night Lords who will just say no to Abaddon, this really shows the level of power he has. And he even lost his absolute mind with Thousand Sun Sorcerer because he wouldn't give them. Because the Thousand Sun said, "Yeah, no, you're not having my Rubik Marines. It's not going to happen." And he's like, "Yeah, God, give it to me now!" Rah, rah, rah. And his sorcerer, I forget his name now, was super powerful. It was like he was one of the top Horus Heresy Thousand Suns. Like he was right up there. It wasn't Araman. I forgot his name, but yeah, he was well up there. And rather than keeping this really powerful psycho on his side, he kills him. I'm like, wait, why? Why would you do that? Yeah, he's annoying with you. He doesn't want his company in his warband in your Black Legion. He doesn't want to be actually part of your Black Legion, and that was the issue. It wasn't that he wouldn't join him in the crusade. He didn't want to be part of the Black Legion. It's like imagine if Robert Gulliman decided to say to the Imperial Fists, "Look, I'm a Regent of Terror now. You've got to paint all your guys yellow, or I'm going to wipe you out. No, sorry, you've got to paint all your guys blue now, or I'm going to wipe you out." Like, they're just going to say no. They're going to go, nope, not happening. He's not going to wipe out a chapter. He's not going to do it because manpower is a resource which is very finite and is a very important one in wars. And he's not going to do it. Abaddon, on the other hand, and Chaos on the other hand, is like, yeah, we'll just wipe you out. Why? That's just so stupid. And then there's this other thing. That they change the lore to fit a story. And this shows how much Chaos have fallen in any form of strength. One of the best things when you read comics, books, or anything like that is knowing that the big bad has a weakness, something that can be exploited. It also shows character growth within that character, within that villain or antagonist, but they actually have to overcome this. Same with the heroes as well. Like Superman's weak to kryptonite, but he finds ways to work around it. Batman, the anti-villain, knows he's weak to kryptonite, uses kryptonite if he has to against Superman, and he has. And Lucius had a weakness, and that was with anyone to take pride in his kill of Lucius, Lucius would take over his body. And this is when the silliness happens, and it shows how weak Chaos are. A Necron Lord who has no emotions, no sense of pride, killed Lucius. Lucius took his body. That was daft, and it got worse. Lucius stood on a land grip mine, and it blew him up. First things first, a space marine stood on a landmine. Let me just get that straight. These guys who can literally hear through walls, see everything on a battlefield, basically know everything about a battle before it even happens, all the numbers, stats, weapons, etc., etc., walks into a landmine. Jeez. What a Monty Python moment that is. I'm the best swordsman there is. Blows the hell up. And what happens? He takes the place of the person who made the mine. Really? With that logic, why didn't he take the place of the Necron that made the blade that killed him from by the Necron Lord. That makes more sense if he took pride in it. It's so stupid. It is absolutely stupid. Why if he gets run over by, the tank in Windsworld, what if he got killed by that? What if he got run over by that? That's only controlled by the machine spirit. Blow up, kill the guy that made the tank? Which part of the tank? Was it the tracks that killed him? Was it the last cannons? What part? Which part is going to be taken over? It has so many stupid questions, and it just shows you how weak Chaos is. And having a weakness is not a bad thing. It never is. And finally, the wins. Yes, Chaos do win, but it's not a win-win. It's a victory. It's a small battle. You won the battle, but not the war sort of win, because they never get anything out of it. Never. They will take a planet, but they'll leave it straight away. They won't even care about the planet once they got it. Throwing their toys out the pram and found something else, something new and shiny. And now there are things that I will say that they won't want to take the planet because the goal is something on the planet, such as Fabius' Bold Black Crusade. He wanted some material to experiment with. That's why he went on a crusade. Khan's crusade was he had to destroy 666 civilizations or planets. And there was, of course, Hydrocotatus during Storm of Iron, where the Warsmith at the time wanted to become a demon prince. I was basically told, if you want to be a demon prince, you have to eat Imperial Fist Gene Seed. That was his goal. He achieved his goal, and then they left. There was no reason for them to stay around once the goal was achieved. Once the goal is achieved, that's it, they leave. But when it's an invasion, they do nothing. They never really claim anything. And I say really because there is an exception to this, and that's Warren Blackheart. Warren Blackheart was an invasion force. He was trying to invade the Imperium when he turned. Yeah, we got the whole, he didn't want to pay his taxes, which we all agree with. However, that was his goal, was to expand Fire Invasion, using the Maelstrom as a backup should he need to escape. That's great thinking, that's great leadership. He knows what he does, he knows what his end goal is to invade the Imperium, not destroy it, and he kind of succeeds for the most part until the Imperials really start hammering him back. And again, I like it. Then there is everyone else. Right, Night Lords, their goal, if you read the Night Lords, Talos' goal is basically destroy the galaxy so they can rebuild it. Their right is to destroy the galaxy the Imperium, so it can be rebuilt in the Emperor's Creed. And it's really silly to hear that is actually a Night Lord's plan. It's literally I think it's the first paragraph of the Night Lord's trilogy. That's where it's mentioned. Emperor's children just don't want to do anything. The word bearer's we just want to convert some to chaos, and if we don't convert, we kill them. Oh, then make them our slaves. And then what? Oh, we'll just bugger off back into the warp. Wait, you don't want land within your enemy's territory? And I've said this as well, but going through the warp for the Emperor was literally giving them the finger, flipping them the bird, because he knows that they're literally going around through Chaos's territory to take their land and their power. Chaos now just don't do that. They don't go into the Imperium to take their land and their power. They just go, no, we're just going to do chaos stuff, rob people and cause mayhem and chaos and do nothing else. And that's what it is. And to finally round this off, I've spoken about the fractious idea of it, and it's just so silly, to be honest with you, that you have this fractious army. The Imperium's not fractious. It's not cohesive, but it's not fractious. They will work together. Even sub-factions that absolutely despise each other will still work together if they have to, with no complaints. And that's what makes the Imperium win and what makes Chaos weak. If two factions don't want to work with each other, they'll just go out of their way to wipe each other out. Because why would you want to work with your enemy? Because we don't like them. Fine, you don't like them, but you have a goal here. And that's the final part of this video, because this is a long video, 20 minutes, oh bloody hell. That is Chaos. Abaddon in particular has no goal. He is weak with no goal. He wants to watch the galaxy burn, then what? And this is where the inspiration from Northern Exile comes in. I've got to say his name because I think he did a fantastic video. I'll see if I can find it and drop the link in the description. And I'll see you again. And that's it. Without a goal, what are they going to do once they destroy the galaxy? Be the king of the ashes? What? At least the Night Lords have a better goal than he does. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've been Raziel. I'm sorry for this long video. I do apologise. I ended up researching something completely different. And thank you very much. And I'll speak to you all again soon. Sorry, that's my phone. I'll see you all again soon in the next one. As always, it's Whaling Games down below if you wish to save up to 20% on your Warhammer and free delivery after £20. There is also, what's it called? Forbidden Planet, if you want comics, DVDs, etc. My comic as well. And finally, my merchandise, T-shirts, stickers, etc., etc. And I will have a great day.